Alright, welcome back. I've got work to do. Oh god, welcome back to Schedule 1. I've got a deal for Meg up there, as you can see. This is kind of an intro after I did a little bit of grinding off camera, and she's after some extreme ass blaster. You'll find out in a tick what that stuff is, but if we look at Peter, 195 for 2 extreme ass blasters. Certainly, sir. We'll definitely do you that. Also, we did get a text from Albert, and if we look in here now, we can order a dead drop or we can now meet up. Basically, you go out, see him, and you can buy as much as you want. Because previously, when you did a dead drop, there was only a certain amount that you quantity that you could purchase. So that is really helpful. I don't think we really need any at the moment. No, because we've got 6 in there. We're going to need some at some point, because as soon as I finish doing all of this, that is, yeah. Anyway, what are we going to do today? Well, first off, I don't know yet if I'm a high enough level to get into the warehouse, i.e. the wretched hive of scum and villainy. We will find out when it turns 6 o'clock, because you can't get in there until 6 o'clock. And if we pop out here... Now, I don't remember seeing this around here before. Can we bash windows? No. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, where was I? Actually, let's go inside before I continue this. I don't want to get pinged. What I really want is the upgraded version of this. It makes life so much easier, but if I remember rightly, I do need to be a much higher level before I can get that. And I think from memory it costs around about $2,000, which isn't a problem, so we got $4,000 down the bottom. We do have 7,200, but we need to expand our operations down here. So if we look at our phone and go to contacts, into Westville, we need to get to the dealer here. Who is up that we can deal with? Mrs. Ming. There's Donna again. Beth. I really should have thought about the names when I was looking at all of this, shouldn't I? But you can't even see their names anyway at the moment. But there's Doris and Keith. Doesn't show. Oh well, that's not exactly helpful. But if we continue to deal with these guys, they will allow us to get further in anyway. So I need to hopefully have Joyce here give me a call. Chloe. Hopefully give me a call, and so I can then get her into the blue line, which is the friendly status. And if you get them all over to the green one, like if we look at Kyle here, he's loyal. In other words, he's only ever going to buy from us. One of the other things, and this is what I'm going to want to also do eventually, is produce a lot more of the Extreme Ass Blaster, and then give them to Benji, is this. If we look at our products, when we go up to the OG Kush, it's not addictive at all, so they're not coming back on a regular basis. But if we look at the Extreme Ass Blaster, that's 100% addictive, which means they're going to want more and more and more and more constantly. And this, being $80 a pop, is going to supply us with a massive amount of income for the early game. 190? Well, considering it's going for 80, yep, that's definitely sure thing. All right, Chloe, I've just got to work out how much we actually have, and we've got a bit. So I've got that, and I've got enough there to give to Benji. Talking about Benji, how much has he got left? He's got 56 OG, and he's got $2,500 on him. So that's not too bad at the moment. I'm going to get busy. It's going to be up a level. We got access to this stuff. But we already had the Viagra, but we've now got the mouthwash. And in the demo / the early access, this gave some really, really good stuff. Now, that, if we look at that, you're getting $40 a pop, right? So, this is going to take a few moments. So let's get that started. Now, you've got to pick it all up. And this is the thing that is annoying about this one. The better one, you don't have to do any of this. It's great. And then it does 10 at a time. It takes a minute. All right, so we'll be back when this pops up. Okay, we've now got Afghan Shart. Now the Viagra, Viagra, whatever they call it, obviously, Tropic Thunder. I wonder what that does for you. Now it's got a market value of 55. So what it had was 40 to start. Let's average 40 to sell one of those. Adding $4 has added an extra $11. That's pretty good. We're not done yet though. So that's the final lot. Now we're going to mix it, and you'll work out why in a moment why I've got my trash grabber on me, or my pooper scooper, and we're going to add the Pistarine. So it's taking away the calming, but it's keeping the Tropic Thunder, and it's giving you two other things. So now what we've got to do is we've got to pick this sucker up, we've got to turn it over, pull that in there, grab all of the gear, dump that in, and away we go. So now our Afghan Shart is now called the Extreme Ass Blaster. There's some wild names in this game. I don't know if there are any of these strains out there or not, but good God. But if you look at that, it's got a market value of 80. So it's doubled the price. And the Pistarine up there is, hang on, let's take a quick pick screen of that one. The Pistarine gives you the anti-gravity thing. And the annoying thing about this thing is that it leaves, this is why I've got the pooper scooper up. You've got to throw these away. If you've got the automatic one, you don't need to worry. Why the cops don't notice all of this? Because they walk past here during the daytime and at night as well. Not that often, but they do. Why they don't see that, I do not know. Now, one of the fun things about this game is you can smoke your own weed. And anything that it says it gives you, you can use. So, if we hold this down the left mouse button, we're going to have a toke. Now, remember the anti-gravity? Whee! So what we can actually do is we can jump on these buildings. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be fast enough to make this, but let's give it a shot. And look at this. Great for getting away from the cops, and probably great to get away from those guys as well. So I don't really want to run right into that. But yeah, and it lasts for about a minute, I think. Yeah, it's about a minute. So I mean, you might say that's a waste, because yeah, it is a little bit. But I've gotten rid of one of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bag these suckers up, and we're going to be selling those exclusively through ourselves. We're not going to do them all for Benji yet, because it's going to take a bit of work to get all of that lot done. But yeah, it's going to be fun and games. This is a bit of an update. Just did a deal. Is it Meg? I think it's Meg. And she's passed me on the name for Shirley. Shirley will sell me pseudo. Doesn't need to have. I have to get into the warehouse to buy the equipment for it. It's a bit too early at the moment, and I'm not going to be able to afford all of that stuff. Thank you. Boink. Remember that thing about the anti-gravity stuff? The other one was balding. And so she's going to wander around bald for a while. Oh dear. I've been running around my baseball bat just in case. One thing I did not consider. Do the cops get involved? Do the Benzies have influence over the cops, and are they going to raid me as well? I don't know yet just how bent the cops are around here. I mean, so far they just come around, they occasionally search you and don't do much. I don't know if there's going to be any of that. Anyway, more work to be done. Okay, now I do need more seeds, because all of this lot is going to be ready first thing in the morning. I don't know if I can do this yet, but let's try it, shall we? So, messages. Oh, look at that, Shirley. Hi, I'm Shirley. I work in the pharmaceutical business here. You got a nasty cough. If you're in need of some pseudo, I'm your gal. Send me a message and we'll figure something out. Well, not right now, Shirley, but thank you. We're going to need more seeds. Now, I've got 2, which isn't going to fill those, and I do need to get some more soil as well. But let's go, we need to meet up. Agreed, he'll be next to the mayor's house for the next 6 hours. And here is Albert. Now, as you can see, I can buy all of these. And I will eventually, but I'm just going to keep to these guys at the moment. Considering I've got 4, I'm going to buy multiples of 4, but I've already got 2 left over. So let's buy 14. It's going to cost us 420 bucks. There we go. Okay, so we've got poker machines. We've got a blackjack table. And we've got ride the bus. Ride the bus you can get a fair whack of, but oh my god, you do tend to lose a bit of money. But I mean, let's just put a couple of bucks in the poker machines. So let's increase the amount to, we've got a bit here, 100. Let's see if we can win some money. We'll spend $1,000, eh? Oh, you were one off. Come on. Don't want to gamble too much. Come on, give me something. Last one. And I won 200. Now, stuff that. Time to go Betty Buys. Before we do, let's just make sure there's enough water in these. There looks like there is, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have decided I'm actually making some of the extreme for Benji to sell. And I'll probably give him both at the moment, but I'll be making all of this from now on. So in the morning, what we're going to have to do is go grab some more soil, because once they're ready, I don't have enough soil to replace these. And then when it comes around to 6, well, I'm hoping that when I go to sleep, there's going to be enough XP that it's going to get me access to the warehouse. So let's see if that happens, shall we? 160 XP. Okay, well, it's not too bad. No. Damn. Oh well. I've just done the harvesting and planting again. Some messages pop through. Joyce. Joyce is the one we want to expand our contacts list out. So what we're going to do is Meg. Yeah, but we're going to do you there. But Joyce, on the other hand, we're going to do right now. Hello, Joyce. Nice, got a quick delivery bonus. Does that mean she's friendly? And now she's bald. Oh dear. Yes, she is. No, does that mean that I can now show you on the map? Not yet. Ah, Doris. Donna, Peggy. Let's zoom out and see if there's a Doris available. No. Maybe it needs another deal with her. Okay. But what we do need, we need some more Viagra and we need some more mouthwash. So let's go grab that. Thankfully Chloe isn't baked. Eventually we'll be just buying this lot by the gallon and the wagon load of pills as well. Oh, remember last episode there's some really strange things around here. I love butt sex. And over here is a really weird one. Sort of centipede man, I think. Or is it a man that has, I don't know, tapeworm maybe? I will build no dynasty. I will consume corporate slop. Soy juice and insect protein will fuel me. Gentrification equals monochrome utopia. Weird. Definitely weird. I've been a bit of a busy beaver. It's time to go Betty Buys. Let's just water these for through the night. And let's sleep. And hopefully we'll have enough to get into the warehouse tomorrow. Yay. Lots and lots of monies. I did just put a whole pile of money away. Packaging Station Mark II. That is well useful. And we are now a hoodlum level 5. Won't find out until 6 o'clock tonight. Oh, yay! Alright, let's take that out. In the wretched hive of scum and villainy, we've got to talk to the merchant, talk to the arms dealer, and talk to the fixer. So let's go. This is the merchant over here. This is Oscar. Oh. Hello, Oscar. I smell nice. Okay. Thanks. What sort of stuff do you sell? Oscar sells special equipment and supplies. Yeah, okay. Thanks, mate. All right. I'd like to purchase something. So that is cheap and simple halogen grow light. This is the LED one. We really do want those, and they're not that expensive, so that's actually quite good. I've tried this soil pourer, if I can get my words in there somewhere, before, and that does work okay. Not fantastically, but it works okay. But the good thing is, at night time, you've got to run around in here, and you can buy soil. So if you forget to buy soil, you just run around, see these guys, and away you go. That is what I want, but I need to get to Peddler 2, so that means I've got to get past the hoodlum level 5 into Peddler, and I think it's Peddler next, and get that. That's going to be the first thing that I want, because not only does it halves the amount of time that it takes to do all the mixing, but you don't need to have to put everything in individually, and it does a whole stack of 20 at a time. Much better. And another thing that's really good to give to, because you know, we started off with baggies, and then once we started getting in with Benji, we started using the jars. Now the jars are great because you can put 5 in there at a time, but if you give Benji a jar, he has to have a spare space in his inventory to be able to put baggies. He's got 5 inventory spaces, so yeah, it's alright, but it works. But if you're doing mass stuff, the brick press is brilliant, because the brick press, you can press out 20 buds at a time. Now then we'll go back to the suspension racks. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to buy, nope, I don't want the halogen, I want the LEDs. And as you notice, we're going to need cash for all of this. And currently, we're using that, but soil will use moisture 40% slower. They're not great. These are better, but you need to be Peddler 3 to get those. And it boosts plant growth speed by 15%, but it increases moisture drain by 30%. Now, if you hire people, and you can hire people to do the work for you, that'll make things a lot quicker. Now all that's doing is just going to lose a source quite slower, and these are going to replace the 2 guys that are back there. I don't know if I'm going to move the other ones. Let's get out of there and then continue to use those and just have a lot more growing going on. Woohoo, look, we can buy weapons. Hey Stan, so what do you sell? Are these armor weapons legal? Of course they're not. Now looking for some weaponry. Well, we can't get any of those yet, so there's no real point in even thinking about them. But what can we buy in melee? The machete's the one that I really want. I've got a baseball bat. I don't really need a frying pan, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if it does any more damage. Probably does, considering it's worth more money. But hey, I've got a baseball bat right now, so that's okay. And now the last person we want to go to is the fixer. Now, if we look on his wall, these are the employees you can get your mitts on. And as you can see, they require daily wages. If you don't pay them the wage, they don't work. But what you can do is not, if you're waiting for a long period of time, or you've got way too much stuff stashed up and you've got oversupply, you don't pay them. They'll still hang around, but they don't cost you any money. But cleaners are handy because they pick up trash, they bag it. So you know, when I do the planting of the seeds, you get the empty soil bags, you get the seed containers, and quite often when you're harvesting you get leaves dropping all over the place. They'll pick up all of that, they'll put it in bags, and they will then take the bags outside and put them in the skip. Really good. Handlers, they can package products, so you can put them in front of your packager or assign them a packager, and any things that are in the packager they will package, and then they will transport it from there and put them into storage racks as well. There are also places that have loading bays, which means that if you go to deliveries, we go to the gas mark, for instance. Now, if you have any of these guys that have a delivery space, you can then order stuff to get delivered to that delivery space in the loading dock. So a van will turn up, it'll open its doors, then your handler can pick them up from the van and put them onto any shelves that they've been assigned. Botanists are great because they will grow plants for you. They'll sow seeds, water them, apply the additives, they'll harvest them, and when they harvest, you can either have them go into drying racks or they can go to storage racks. And if you have a harvest rack, you need a botanist to be able to use the harvest rack. So if you've got so each botanist will do up to, from memory, you can assign him 8 stations. So if you've got 8 planters, he can't use the drying racks. So otherwise you would need 2 botanists, one to do all the sowing and blah 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 down to the harvesting, and then moving them over to the drying racks, but then you would need another botanist to use all those 8 drying racks that you've got assigned. Chemists, and same again, they're doing all of your pseudo. Right, anyway, we need to talk to Manny. You're the new guy in town? Yep. Good, I'm Manny, I'm the local fixer. You're looking to hire workers? You talk to me. How much does it cost to hire somebody? Well, we know what it was there, but there is a hiring fee as well as a daily wage you need to pay them. Depends on what sort of talent you need. Cleaners and packers are pretty cheap, botanists a bit more, and chemists are the most expensive. Cheers, mate. Right, now we've got to go back home and, well, go to a phone and talk to Uncle Nelson. Now, if you come out of here, quite often there's cops up there and they will see you. But what you can do, and this is a great thing because there's a door there and there's a door behind here. And this is kind of a back route around getting places. Now, do I have everything I need? Yes, I do. And you can run around here, and if you want to, and if there's cops all over the place, you can come down here, come under the bridge, and then do a bit of a roundabout route to get home, but it's a bit safer. You'll see that light there? Oh no, that's just a street light. Oh, you can see it that now. There's a cop car sitting there. Just be aware of that one. He sits there quite a lot in the middle of the night. Right, let's go back home, because all of this lot are probably going to want to be... Yes, they are. They're all going to want harvesting. Now, I also... Let's put these in here for the time being. So I'm going to do some deliveries. So I'm going to go do some deliveries. So what do we need? 4, 6, 8. Alright, so I've swapped them over. And as you can see, we've now got the... Now with these, because these grow 12, we'll be getting 48 rather than having the 40 that we were getting. Don't know, I mean, sometimes I think about it, it's not the best having sort of spare numbers from baggies and stuff like that, but considering if you're using these, the 48 will work out quite nicely. Oh, that's right, we need to talk to Uncle Nelson. So Oscar will sell everything you need to make meth, with the exception of pseudo. For that, you're going to hook yourself up with the supply. Already there, Nelly. I don't know any pseudo suppliers, so you're on your own. It's one that should ought to be someone in Westville that can get you what you need. Open up your contacts app and look for a supplier in Westville. Keep unlocking customers in that region, and you'll get their attention in no time. All good, mate. Right, it's given me all of that. No, I'm not going to do that yet. No, definitely not. That's probably going to stay up there for a little while. Okay, new packaging station. Let's dump the extreme ass blaster in there. And if we go pack, A and D will rotate our little carousel. And I normally hold on to the drop button there. You can use the space bar, but normally I think my finger works better than this. And you want 5, so D. You'll notice it automatically pops the top on and it flips it over that way. Whoop, you can, as you can see, bring too many out. If you do that, just press escape, go back to pack. And generally what you're doing is you're listening to the clicks. Dead easy. Time to go back to bed again. As you can see by my stack of gear over here, I've been a bit busy. Still do have these 2 in here, which means I'm going to need even more work. I'm probably going to leave that until later though, but let's see just how far and can we get to Peddler level 1 today. Alright, 1 more Peddler and we're good to go. And we can now get energy drinks. But as you can see, we're going to require quite a lot of XP to get there, so that's going to be another 2, 3, probably 3, maybe 4 days before we can get to that. And that will then give us the upgraded mixing station, which is going to be cool. What I might end up doing is that we need to cook on the left hand side. I might just go buy that stuff and then I don't have to worry about it and just get it off the actual screen itself. But we'll see how that works anyway. Alright, now we're going to go see if we can go see Jerry. He's usually wandering around all over the place. Alright, hello Jerry. You can tell Jerry always wanders around without a top on. Can I interest in you in a free sample? What's this going to give us? 60% chance, 66% chance. Nah, screw it. Let's give it a shot. You never know. He might. Sweet! Well, that's going to be helpful. Did you just notice that? The Benzies' influence in Westville has gone down. Okay. Well, it's got an 80% chance of success. The other was only 66, so let's see how this goes. Nice, another customer. Now, is that going to lessen? Yeah, the Benzies' influence is going down. So I need to get a load more people, obviously, so they're not going to get in my way. Okay, Ludwig. And Chloe. See, now I'm making almost 200 a time, and I was never doing that while I was just selling the OG. That is going to be good, but that does mean I'm going to be relatively busy this evening, because I'm pretty sure that all my plants have grown, and I'm going to need to harvest those, which means I am definitely going to need... Hey, Chloe. Now, yeah, in the previous episode I said Chloe's going to be a bit of a pain. The fact that I am keeping her and not allowing my dealer to access her means she can't wander off during the daytime, get stoned, and you can't actually access anything in this store. And I think I'm going to keep it this way. Okay, just got a quick note from Jerry. That is actually cheaper. Oh, actually, no, it's 160 because it's 80. No. I was about to say I'm going to let that buy because of the fact that I wanted to get him friendly real quick. But so how many does he want? He wants 2. All right, let's go for a run. Does mean that it's going to make... I'm going to be working a lot later tonight, but oh well, such is life. This canal gets a lot of use. And on the way back, what I might do is I'm going to buy... I've got enough money. What the hell happened to you, Jerry? Well, now you're going to be bald as well. What the hell, mate? That's really weird. So, I'm going to go buy the stuff. Actually, let's get to Shirley. I want one. See, the less you buy, the quicker it is. If I'd have bought as much as I could afford, then that would have been taken anywhere between 2 and 4 hours. So that's a good thing about being able to meet up with them. In other words, you don't have to worry about the quantities. Go away. You don't have to worry about the quantities that you're limited to purchasing. Okay, so I need a chemistry station, which I think is $1,000. Yep. I'm going to need some acid and some phosphorus. Oh, I also need the lab. How much is the lab? It's another $1,000. Let's go grab a couple of hundred from the bank. Whoops. No, I want to withdraw. Alright, now I need the lab. Sweet. Okay. I'm not going to do anything with that at the moment. Dean. Yeah, that looks like a good deal. In the alleyway behind the laundromat. Okay. Well, that is helpful, because if we go out this way... Whoa! And let's go all the way around so I can stay away from those guys. Now, whilst you can get pinged for carrying bud and meth around with you, you won't get pinged, at least you never used to get pinged, for just carrying around the precursors. So seeds, the pseudo, the acid and the phosphorus. And I don't think that's going to fit in there, is it? Nope. So what we'll do is we'll just pop them in here for the time being. And let's just dump those in there. And we'll do all of that later. Right, I've got an hour's time to do a load of deliveries. While this lot's doing its thing, and in fact we need to get onto this again. Give me a second. Right, where you go. While this is doing its thing, let's dump down the chemistry station there. And we can do the same with the oven there. We're going to need pseudo, the acid and the phosphorus. Gonna make things a little tight for a moment. Okay, pseudo, acid, phosphorus. Begin. This is a pain in the neck when it's when you can't automate it. And pour in the acid. There we go. Pour in the phosphorus. Give it a good stir. Right, now the pain in the neck bit is, you've got to do all of this. Pick it up. Put it into the jar. So now we've got to put this back over the burner. Now we've got to keep it somewhere around there. So you hold it down. Whoa, it's getting a bit warm. And once you get it in the correct place and hold it there, it'll do its own thing. And then that, as you can see, it's going to take 8 hours. Now, we're going to need to pick all of that lot up. Because it's a pain in the ass like that. And whilst that's doing its thing, we're going to... Come on, out we go. Get some more of these done. I'm kind of tempted. In fact, I might even do that. I'm just going to pick that up. And then what I'll do is, once this is done, and I've got all the stuff out of it, and it'll be, you'll find all your stuff stuck here. You pick them all up. I'll pick this up and stick it back in here. And that way, yeah, it just bugs me being this close in. I know it's not sensible, but the only reason I'm doing this is to get that thing, the cooked liquid meth at the chemistry station on the left hand side, out of here, or out of the way, so you don't look at it all the time. Alright, there we go. So let's grab the liquid. See, it's poor quality. Let's pick that up. Let's go to this guy. It's a bit smaller, which is... Well, actually, no, it isn't really, is it? Use the lab oven. Okay, the ingredients. Begin. Drag the door down. It pours it in, thankfully. Put it back up. And hit cook. And again, it's going to take 6 hours. Or 6 minutes. Let's go there. So, you need to just hold down the D. You're going to press that button at the right time every single damn time. Woohoo! Alright, so that can go in there. Now, it looks like we've got 2 stacks of that for Benji, because Benji's getting a little low. Alright, now we're going to collect. Need to grab the hammer and bash that and grab that. Now it's all poor meth, but I only did it just to get rid of that goddamn thing there. So this is just going to go in here for the time being. Don't know if I'm going to use it or not. You don't really use it to make money, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, look, I've been going for quite a few hours now, because obviously there's been some cuts and everything in all this recording, and I'm probably going to have to cut out a load of the stuff that I have recorded. So I'm going to, actually no, what we'll do is we'll go to bed and see how close we are to the peddler. Or level 2. In fact, let's pick that sucker up. I'm not going to be doing this again for a while. Right, how much XP did we get out of all of that? 550. I wasn't expecting that much. That may get us very close or almost there. Oh, over. Yay. That is definitely going to be useful. Motor oil. Yay. Alright, so... in the next one, we'll start off and we'll be getting the Mixer Mark II. And we'll see how that works, because that thing is going to make life so much easier. Alright, you all take care now. Ciao.